You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Tell, is that you?
This is Bad Wi-Fi Tell, take two.
Take two of the podcast. This is episode 104 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure y'all go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code Waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. Make sure you go to don'ttalkshop.com and use that offer code Waifu15 to save on your entire cart. Yo, I want to give a special shout out to two very special new producers of the podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, as well as Nachi. Thank you so much for producing this episode of the podcast, as well as our other producers, Aaron Brown, Connor, explicitly Monique Williams, Shanti, and Treeses. That producer list is getting long. We're gonna do something else soon. Right. Thank y'all Thank y'all so much for supporting us. We appreciate y'all so much. It means the everlasting world to us that you want to keep the lights on and hear more content. To those of you who are listening to this, on our Patreon, take a look at the Patreon timeline. We should have the how we do this version of this podcast up either the day this comes out or the day after, one of the two. But you get to see how the food is cooked, if you will, for lack of better terms, how we do this thing. I'll show y'all how I edit, what I do when I edit, how all the steps go. Don't judge my steps, but it works. The podcast normally sounds great because of it. And how I edit the videos and everything. So also, before we get everything cracking, before we get everything started, today is 6/13/2021. We both want to give a very special happy birthday to Panda the Don from Worst Gen Podcast. We told you we was going to do something special. We decided to go with the shout out on the show. So, Panda. Happy birthday, Panda. I hope you enjoyed your day. I'm happy that you're a little bit older.
Barely, just a little bit.
Just a little bit older. You're still a baby, though. Thank you so much for rocking with us. We appreciate you as always. And congratulations on another 365. All right. Now, with that being said, today starts the day of our summer preview. But before we do that, we just want to let everybody know Tell sounds a little bit different because he's coming from his phone right now because the internet is a little rough where he is right now. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm still going to try to make it sound as best as I possibly can.
Don't judge me.
But here we are. All right. So before we get everything cracking for the summer of 2021 anime list, before we preview that, I do want to ask Tell, because we did watch a few anime this week. What was the standout episode for the anime this week?
My standout is Haji Hero this week. Mostly because of, I was sure that our main character was going to go one route and he went the opposite route of kind of what I was thinking. I thought he was 100% set in his ways and he was like, yeah, we're going to do this. And he didn't. And I kind of appreciate that because I guess even though we know, with the age disparity and everything for our main character, realistically, with how you've been living life, it just makes no sense for you to kind of go the route you were trying to go.
So let's dive a little bit deeper into that, okay? Because I gotta ask, what you thinking the route he's taking is the ship route? No,
I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's going to be the support route.
Yeah.
Right? He's not gonna necessarily be in a relationship. I think kind of like what some of the statements he said was I'm not your dad. I'm a guy who let you live here so that you could get your head on straight, basically.
Right.
And that's what I think he's going to continue to be.
No, okay. I feel that too. Yeah, I'm with that. And it feels good. I like it. I like it.
It still feels like a wholesome relationship.
Yeah, facts. Nothing creepy. Yeah, I agree. That's good stuff. Good job. Out of you. Did I mention Treesus as a Patreon producer? I did, and I ain't forget Treesus.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure you did, but we gonna shout out Treesus again because we love that dude.
We love Treesus. So for me, interesting enough, my standout episode for this week will have to be Tokyo Revengers. I think this one was such a major character growth moment for our character. I think we're finally going to get a Takemichi that's a little bit more hard ass, even though he still can't fight. Like, you can't teach fighting overnight, right? But I still think he getting his guts, and we're going to talk about that in the second half of the show, I guess, right?
Yeah, I got some statements about you saying he can't fight.
I mean, he got him in a rear naked chokehold, I guess, which is anybody could do that.
My only statement about that is because he said before he used to fight all the time, and he was actually a good fighter, but he hasn't fought since that time frame. So he's lost all of that as an adult.
And that's when he's coming back to. You're right. Good point. But definitely standout episode this week, even though Vivy was crazy. Vivy blew my fucking mind. It's hard to pick one this week. It was a good week. Even 86 was pretty good, but can't wait to see what next week is going to be. I mean, but
86 had me emotionally invested this week too.
True. I'm kind of concerned about next week. I want to know what the fuck is going on in 86. But next week is looking like it's going to be a wrap of a few shows. And with that being said, that means summer of 2021 is coming up. Now, I'm super excited about it. Now, let me tell you something that I did that I didn't share with you yet, okay? What I did was I went all the way back. Okay, I went way back, kind of like some of our listeners do on our podcast. And I listened to the spring 2021 preview episode that we did. Okay, let me just warn you. We didn't mention Tokyo Revengers once. We didn't mention Vivy once. What we called our sleeper hit for spring 2021 was Full Dive.
Okay.
Into Your Eternity.
Okay.
You were the one who was like talking big up with Full Dive. So you said Full Dive was going to be your shit, and you didn't even watch it.
Didn't even touch it, bro. Didn't even touch it.
Oh, and then we also mentioned To Your Eternity being like, it looked like it was something that was going to be sleeper, but it was just kind of meh. So this week, since we're previewing summer, I want to do our best to try to find something sleeper. Just try. You know. You have a chance to put up the list?
Yeah, I got the list.
All right.
Well,
so
I have everything, but I got some of the stuff here.
Sure.
I'm gonna be able to pull it up.
Sure. Make sure y'all comment. Follow us on Twitter at MikeCheckWaifu. Thank y'all so much for following us on Twitter. That's been working. We got 800 followers now.
Cool.
So thank y'all so much for supporting us there. And remember, if you want to be a part of the show, you can write into us at any time at MikeCheckWaifu. So, all right. Okay. Write in on us at Twitter, like I said, and tell us what you think this sleeper will be for this summer. But we got our anime list pulled up. We have anime season for the summer of 2021. Obviously, we're going to start off with our most anticipated show of the summer. That's coming back. It's the second half of The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, right? Like
easily
our most anticipated. Kind of like how My Hero was for us last season, which is also what we said during that spring 2021, which is crazy because we're pretty good on My Hero, but it's like not, blowing us back by any means. Damn, we didn't even mention 86. It's crazy. It's crazy just listening to that episode. We kind of dropped the ball, and we're gonna try to do better this time.
So I am already looking at which one I think is gonna be the sleeper.
Oh, save it. Let's take a look at something you're interested in real quick. It's a lot of OVAs. I just want to put that out there.
I am going to have to say Vanitas No Cart. That one, it looks like it's going to be it's a drama mystery.
Okay.
And I feel like the last drama mystery guy was, what was that?
Not inspector. Well,
Inspector. Yeah.
Inspector was
well,
yeah.
NID invaded, but I like the Inspector a little bit better.
Same.
So I must say, like, that's kind of, I don't know if it's gonna have that same vibe, but that one, and then How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Vanitas and No Carte real quick, though. It says rumors revolving around the Book of Vanitas, a clockwork grimoire of dubious reputation, draw Noye, I assume, in a young vampire in search of his friend's salvation to Paris. Wow. What awaits him in the city of flowers, however, is not long hours treading the pavement or rifling through dusty books in search of a tome. Instead, his quarry comes to him. Oh, shit. In the arms of a man claiming to be a vampire doctor, thrust into a conflict that threatens the peace between humans and vampires. And Noe casts his lot in this curious and slightly unbalanced Vanitas to his quest to save the vampire kin. So, is a group of vampires trying to save themselves, I'm assuming? Which seems extremely interesting. Let me put on my glasses for this because I'm look like I'm be reading today.
Oh yeah, speaking of, Polo's supposed to be reading after this season of My Hero.
That's right. That's true. I am going to read. I think I mentioned that last week, but I am going to read the. I'm going to catch up to My Hero after the season is over. But I don't know, vampires, not my jam. So I'm gonna let you have that one.
Didn't you literally just watch like what's that called? Blood Sea, something like that.
Mars Red.
Yeah.
Hey man, don't be trying to make me seem like I read Blood Sea or watch Blood Sea. Nah. Okay. Blood Sea wasn't bad.
You watched something else before that too, though.
Oh, Devil's Line, I think it was called.
Yeah.
That was trash. It was whole trash too. And I watched the whole thing. We got some. What was the other one you said? Oh, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Right.
This is what I was looking at. This one seems extremely interesting.
Well, we can only hope the main character is as good as Anos Boldigold.
Oh, you think? Oh, is it that kind of show?
It looks like an isekai.
Oh, hero with clinch line. Kazuya Samaya finds himself summoned to another world. His venture did not begin after he presents his plan to strengthen the country economically and militarily. The king concedes the throne to him. What? He becomes the king?
See?
And he finds himself saddled with ruling a nation. What's more, he's betrothed to the king's daughter now. Oh my gosh. It seems like a polo-ass anime. Wait a minute. In order to get the country back on its feet, Suma calls the wise, the talented, and the gifted to his side. 5 people gather before the newly crowned Soma. Oh. Just what are the talents and their abilities they possess? What other path will his outlook as a realist take? This is interesting. I am all for this.
And the reason I think it's going to be good is because of the name, right? Like, he's a realist.
Right.
Right? So he's not going to be like some over optimistic character. Mm-hmm. It's not going to seem like BS. This is just going to be real.
Facts. Okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, episode 1 of Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime airs in 22 days. The Realist airs in 19 days. And the Vanitas one air in 18 days. Interesting. Okay. So, all right, let me give you one. Kanjo Mo Kanjo. Okay, it's a slice of life, obviously, right? It's about, I now read this one a little bit earlier, but it's about this guy who has loved his grade school crush and she finally accepted his feelings. And at his happiest moment, when he starts dating his childhood crush, another girl, beautiful girl, confesses their love to him. So now he decides to accept her love too and date them both. Yeah. Okay. So
that's a polo anime.
Yeah, so that sounds messy, and it sounds like my kind of anime. It says it's the tags on AniList says it's 100% harem, 100% parody, 100% love triangle. 79% male protagonist and a primarily female cast at 79% too. I'm all for it.
I mean, look, that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be real. I think it's gonna be good anyway. I just like the mess, but if it's comedy, it's probably just gonna be silly.
I mean, how silly though? Like, because it might not actually be as silly as you think, you know?
You're right, but it's a parody, so I'm assuming that they're gonna parody all the like romance, slice of life anime. That's gonna, it's gonna be, it's gonna be interesting.
Give us some Rent a Girlfriend.
Some Rent a Girlfriend plugs. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I would too. I'll take it too.
Let's see. Looking at
Standing on a Million Lives is coming back too, by the way, with season 2 in 25 days.
Yeah. You know, it had to be good for the first season.
I guess it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything to necessarily be like, yeah, this is definitely a 100% go ahead, but I'll watch it because continuity.
True.
Love to see stuff get continued.
Right. Let's see what else I'm looking at here. You gonna watch that fake Grand Order Final Singularity?
Come on, bro. Did you even need to ask?
It's a movie, so of course it's gonna look beautiful. I mean, it's.
Come on, it was gonna look beautiful before the movie.
True. It says it's done by Cloverworks, though.
Yeah, they've been doing all the movies lately. Like the Heavenspiel is all Cloverworks.
Oh shit, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this? Cheat Kusushi No Slow Life?
Talk to me.
Oh, it looks like another Isekai. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Isekai in a Sukuro drugstore. Looks like another wholesome. Corporate drone Reiji is transported to a fantasy world where he discovers that he can craft potions at a higher level than his rank should allow. Taking advantage of this, Reiji makes a tidy profit, enough to open his own drugstore. An elf who can't aim his bow gives him some eye drops. A dragon who accidentally breathes fire, cough syrup. Reiji's new relaxing life of making medicine for fantasy creatures is about to begin. Now, all right, hear me out. This sounds like I might actually watch it, but it also sounds like Saint's Magic Powers Omnipotent.
Sounds just like it.
but comedy.
Yeah. See, we getting a lot of that.
Saint's Magic Powers Omnipotent is also good this week, but it's been good every week, so you know.
Yeah, true. I need to go ahead and pick that back up. For some reason, I've been slow on my anime this week. I watched everything I needed to watch today again.
Yeah, it was a hard week for anime this week, but only because some other stuff going on.
Oh yeah, you got a lot going on, brother. You got a lot going on. All right, I just found one that that's comedy ecchi slice of life. Speaking of ecchi, I just did a feature podcast with Inside the Mind of a Blurred.
He did.
It was live. We did ecchi and harem conversation, of course, which is kind of my wheelhouse, you know. Kind of both of our wheelhouse actually. And I also did one with Black Anime. Shout out to HBCU Anime, Sensei the Glove. I was on there with Erica. It was awesome. It was a dope time. Good time.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be featuring on podcast for a long time after that though.
Polo overexerted himself.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Infinite Darkness.
An anime?
It looks like you know how Square Enix animated that movie.
True.
But it's a OVA.
I got you. So like a little mini thing probably. But it's this it's this harem thing that's like the Great Jai, the Dark Realm's second in command, cuts a frightening figure, feared and revered by all. But when a run-in with a magical girl results in the destruction of the precious mana crystal, and the Dark Realm falls, transporting the newly puny. Got another isekai, bro.
Yes, Isekai
What
every
the
season.
fuck? Yeah, I'm cool on this one because it said magical girl, so I'm out.
That's the one. That's all you got to say. Polo,
Yeah.
not indulgent.
I'm cool. I'm cool on magical girl. I did add. Speaking of stuff I don't indulge in, I did add Iron Blood Orphans to my planning list.
I thought you started watching it though.
No, I just added it to my planning list because it looks like the summer's looking nice, but it's not a lot here.
This Higurashi, is this going to be another?
Good question. Let's see. It doesn't have anything about it. I'm assuming it's an OVA though. Yeah, it doesn't even say episode number or anything. Yeah, I'm assuming.
I see comments talking about it's the finale season.
Oh, okay. We gotta finish the first one or the remake.
Yeah, I stopped off like with 2 episodes left. So
same. But I already seen the OG one. It ain't been that different yet. I mean, it looks better, obviously, but
it does. I actually don't mind the art style a lot.
No, it looks good. Let's see here. There's a lot of stuff, but not a lot of stuff I think we're into, right? Like,
I mean, but this could very well be another one of those seasons where you're just like, man, like the Scarlet Nexus could be really good, or it could be like a.
Wait, you mean
really
Scarlet Nexus?
Yeah.
The video game?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh yeah, this is based off that video game.
Oh, speaking of, I've just found out that Seven Nights was based off a video game too, a mobile game.
I knew it. I had mobile game written all over it, bro.
Right.
That shit had mobile game written everywhere.
Yeah, but Scarlet Nexus, 17 days, airs first episode.
Okay. I'm probably gonna play the game first before I watch that though. So, what is this one? Making Me Royal. 12-year-old boy who was abandoned by his broke father after their house caught on fire, leaving him to roam the streets penniless. Then one day, a girl named Mavira, who finds him laying on the sidewalk, takes him to a woman's college dormitory, one known for housing troublesome residents, and ask him to be their dorm mother. What? They're gonna ask a 12-year-old to be their dorm mother? Surrounded by older women and forced to deal with their idiocies, Koichi starts his new, somewhat edgy life. 12 years old? What the fuck?
So, as you're reading that, are we gonna watch that? 12 years old?
I don't know. Probably not.
So Nighthead 2041. Yeah, I only looked at it because it gave me Cyberpunk 2077 vibes.
Okay.
But the image looks pretty cool. But I feel like looking at it and reading this context is going to be pretty bad. It says the story follows the Kirihara brothers who, from a young age, were incarcerated in a secure scientific facility due to their supernatural powers. Having escaped after the barrier that was preventing the malfunctions, the story also follows the Kuroku brothers who were trying to chase the Kirihara brothers. And I'm like,
what?
That plot sounds so loose.
Very loose.
But let's see, it has a Nighthead Genesis, which is a series before that was finished. So I might check that out first.
Might have to. We might have to. Peach Boy Riverside. Did you see that?
I did look at that.
This one looks interesting. Gore, demons, female protagonist, male protagonist, shonen harem is all the tags that's on this one for Annie List.
Said gore and it had me.
Yeah, it looks like it's it might be another one of those what's that shit called that was terrible on Netflix? The skyscraper one, High Rise.
Oh, High Rise Invasion.
Yeah, High Rise Invasion. Kind of look like that, to be honest.
I hope not. I hope they just let that whole thing, the whole lifestyle go.
Straight up.
I'm almost like in support of Netflix not doing anime stuff.
I am too.
Almost there.
I am about there too. All right, so now I think we should pick our sleeper.
So I think because I didn't watch Full Dive, I think that if we choose one that we think is gonna be the sleeper, we should commit to watching it.
Okay. All right, we each pick one then. It's a lot of OVAs, bro. Just a lot of OVAs.
How do you switch it to English? Because I want this English name.
Yo, me too. I'm tired of these crazy ass names.
I am going to go with Diet 5 Bio de Battle, which I'm assuming is like a death game anime. It says death game.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, switches to English. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's no other English title for it, unfortunately.
Why? All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with, because I don't think either of us mentioned this one at all.
No. A high schooler who loves games. Huh.
It's gonna be like Darwin's Game.
A high schooler that loves games and Japanese sweets has suddenly been dragged into a battlefield by a mysterious girl who calls herself Mion. The participants are told that they are erased from their family registry, involved in an experiment, and gain certain powers. Akira is determined to win the game with his newfound powers and destroy the organization. Armed with a power no one expects in his brain and his brain skills. Why is brain in quotations?
I know.
The new period of intelligence battle begins.
I just think the description is trash because someone didn't properly have like the English.
Yeah, no, it does look Google translated, but it sounds super interesting though.
It's the name of it is Battle in 5 Seconds After Meeting.
Battle in 5 seconds after meeting is the English. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely Google translated for sure. That description was all fucked up. But that's interesting. Okay. Nah, you caught me. Okay.
We got to play the game.
I'm down with that. Okay, here's one for you. I'm going with Bakutachi no Remake as my sleeper. Hashiba Koya is a 28-year-old game developer. With his company going bankrupt and him losing his job, he returns to his hometown looking at the success of creators of his age. He finds himself regretting his life decisions as he lays distressed on his bed. But when he opens his eyes, he finds that he has traveled 10 years back to the time before he entered college. Will he finally make things right? This is the story about a failed person who was given a second opportunity to follow his dreams. So this is what I'm considering my sleeper because it sounds like time travel again. Vivy did it. Tokyo Revengers doing it. Bakutachi no Remake is my sleeper. Something we ain't never heard of. So come back in about, I don't know what, a month and a half and see if we were right.
That first episode will tell most of it.
Yeah, true. We're gonna talk about a lot of these shows in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually, because they air in about 19 days or so. And what? Is that 2 weeks? So 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, I think the one I said is like it airs in like 27 days.
So you will know. But that's why we like to do these previews right before the season before ends, because we like to go in with a fresh mind, have time to cope, because next week we're going to be talking about the finales of a lot of shows. But those are interesting, man. Interesting stuff.
For sure. We're going to have... Watch we have a sleeper that's like just a banger and we just overlooked it still.
That's something we didn't even mention, right? That's something is going to happen. We mentioned a lot though this time, which is something we didn't do last time. We only mentioned a few, and the few we mentioned, we didn't even like fully commit to watching. So Like nobody mentioned Omnitent either. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Go back
and I swear, I still keep thinking that you mentioned the Saints' magic power is omnipotent, but apparently you didn't.
Nope, I didn't mention it. I think the only thing that we were talking about was like My Hero and didn't, like I said, didn't mention Tokyo Revengers, didn't mention 86, didn't mention Vivy at all. Crazy. I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about that episode. It was weird. But this one's better. But now, this is the part where we get to know Mic Check Waifu, where one of us rolls a random number generator associated with a question, and we answer that question, and you get to know us a little bit better. What you got, Tell? Whose turn is it? I don't remember.
I read the question last time. The number is 38.
Okay.
I think last week it was 36.
Interesting. Let me see. Let's see here. You said 38?
Yes, sir.
Most ridiculous anime scene.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Normally, I would say something from Shin-chan or Hamtaro, but you have the entire first season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to look at here. So, it was like what, episode 6 or something like that. They had the scene where there's like a chain that's in the ground that goes all the way to the ceiling, and it kills JoJo's like trainer, the dude who's been training him, and he's like pulling on the chain while trying to it's just too much going on in that specific scenario, and like the over dramatization of it just made that scene too much. Like I said, so far where I'm at in JoJo's, it's not half as bad as that first 12 episodes was. That first 12 episodes was like my least favorite part of anime, I think, almost ever.
Damn.
But not entirely. Once you get past that season, it just starts to feel better. But that episode 6 is like the peak of the horrible. I was like, I can't believe this is the thing I'm watching.
Interesting stuff.
It's not interesting stuff right there.
What was the question? Most ridiculous anime.
Most ridiculous anime scene.
I mean, obviously it's the dick slap of Redo of a Healer. That shit was ridiculous, bro. that shit made no sense. He slapped her with his slong, and it was just
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that befuddled me when I seen that shit. I'm like, this can't be like, what am I on the right website right now? Is this not what I think it is? Yeah, no. It was wild shit. All right, so what we're gonna do?
I'll watch that uncensored for sure.
Oh, 100%, all of it. 100%. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk spoilers for episode 12 of Vivy, episode 10 of. Let me just go to the goddamn list.
Episode 10 of Tokyo Avengers, episode 12 of Vivy, and episode 12 of My Hero Academia.
Yes, we're gonna spoil those.
And Tokyo Avengers.
And episode 10 of 86, probably.
Yes.
So we're gonna spoil those when we come back right after these.
You
back to episode 104 with Mic Check Waifu. Listen, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu. Okay, you can follow us on YouTube. Just search Mic Check Waifu. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate that. It means a lot. We started posting some shorts on there. They're cool. I like YouTube shorts. They're pretty cool. Anyway, back to the show. We are going to spoil My Hero episode 12. This episode saw us with the repercussions or like repercussions, quote unquote, of the Class A versus Class B fight. It was kind of a transition episode. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Kind of boring.
Yeah, it was a transition episode, like you said, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I don't really have much to say about it other than Bakugo and Todoroki is fucking cool.
They've always been cool, though.
But that's nothing new. Anything stand out in this episode to you?
No, the thing is that I knew this was coming, and I know like what comes after this, and that's what really has me hype. But like I thought they would pace this better. I thought they would have gone through that faster. Like, to me, in my personal opinion, they could have given us like the Christmas stuff this episode and then gone right into, because the Christmas stuff happened in the manga, of
course.
So that it's not like it's something they just throwing in as filler, but like it happens. They could have put that together and jumped right into My Villain Academia. Like, it is going crazy, but it feels like they're gonna give us a part of the My Villain Academia next week, and now we're gonna be thirsty after it happens. We're gonna be like, wait, I'm thirsty. I want more.
Yeah, it was cool for what it was worth. I do love the interaction between the class, though. Like, there's just everybody in the class seems
lively.
They're the word I'm looking for is individual, right? Like they're individuals, obviously, but you can feel the individuality between all the characters, which this episode did a good job of doing. The show does a good job of doing. I think. Oh God. Okay.
He's giving My Hero Academia praise and he don't like it.
No. It's not that. It's worse than that. I think Black Clover does a good job of that as well, giving the characters their individuality. So I guess I gotta give a flower to Black Clover. Normally people don't listen past to the spoilers anyway, so I'm not worried about them catching this. But
it's gonna be tweeted out. Somebody gonna tweet it.
Ain't nobody gonna tweet it. They ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna know whatever happened.
You don't forget, I'm making a trailer.
I hate you. But yeah, it does a good job of the individualities of the characters, which is huge, which is a big deal, because that's what, to be honest, maybe this is what turns the fucking My Hero fandom into rabid savages, because they feel so connected to these characters. The only thing I feel like a savage about when it comes to anime is ReZero, because I think that deserves flowers, like bouquets and bouquets of flowers and shit.
100%.
But even then, I don't care if people don't like it, though. It's a weird comment.
I mean, I care, but it's also like I care that people have bad anime taste.
Damn, you went there. Hey, maybe we should talk about that next week and just talk about how we feel about people's, I don't know, rabidness or something. I don't know. Before we transition to the next show, because I know we don't have much else to say about My Hero. It was a good episode. It was fine. It was just what it transitioned. What did you think about that shit on the timeline, man?
What happened on the timeline?
Something about Pokemon, and then I was just like, listen, we just don't care. Somebody said that. What do y'all think about Pokemon's conversation being in the big three or whatever the fuck? I'm like, stop. I had enough.
Here's my thing, bro. I'm the biggest Pokemon fan. Literally, I said if they come out with a Pokemon Stadium game, and like I don't have to worry about actually catching and training every single Pokemon, literally I will not play another game ever. But the reality is that the anime, the manga, it's not keeping up with like the highest of tiers. You can't call it a big, I mean, you can because of what it did, but the big three are the big three for a reason. Like Pokemon is not in the big three. We're not going to put it there. We're not going to say it's there. It has never had a season or a sales that has eclipsed that. Now, if you're talking about gaming wise, there is no anime game that is as prolific as Pokemon, but it's even hard for games in general to be as prolific as Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So let's go there if we're going to go with Pokemon. But in the anime world, Pokemon is actually not that high up. It's literally only continued because they make a new season for the new games. That's the only reason the anime is still around. That's what it is.
And I mean, you're right, but I say that because and for me personally, Tell is the bigger Pokemon fan here. I do like Pokemon. It's a great game. Fantastic. I just don't give a fuck about this conversation about Pokemon and a big nothing. I don't give a fuck about the big three. None of that shit I care about at all. It just means absolutely nothing to me because that argument, completely pointless. It's a waste of fucking time to even have, to be honest. The fact that Tell said as much as he did, to be honest, y'all should feel privileged. Maybe I'm an antagonist right now. I don't give a fuck because we really, truly don't care about any of that shit. Like, I don't care.
We so rarely jump into the big three argument that it's kind of
it's just we just don't give a fuck. Like, please don't. If you see anything like that where somebody's comparing Goku to Saitama, or Pokemon belongs in the big three, or the new big three, whatever those conversations are, don't tag my check waifu. Like, I love y'all to death, and I appreciate y'all for wanting us to be a part of that conversation. But I'm gonna let you know our answer to that conversation, to those conversations, is we don't give a fuck. We just don't care. When you want to talk about some other shit, anything, like, let's talk about Vivy and how, like,
amazing,
devastatingly brilliant this writing is. Or if you want to talk about writing in general, we can have conversations about writing. We can talk about animation. We can fucking talk about progression of a story, the plot. We all of it. We can talk about all of that all day long. I don't give a fuck about who's stronger, Goku or my left nutsack. I don't care. Okay, please just not have it anymore. I'm done. Okay, sorry. Now let's go. Let's go spoil something else. Where do you want to go, bro?
Let's go to 86.
Oh my god, man, what an emotional ass episode, bro. What the fuck happened at the end?
So what I thought, the end is what I thought was so cool, was so Fido. And it was like Fido basically being destroyed, and basically being repurposed as Shin's follower. Like, he followed Shin the entire time, and he had video footage of each from that point of each like tag that Shin took, and then it showed Shin took this tag. This is when that person died. Shin took their tag. This is when that person died. This is the moment that these people did this. This is when that person died. And I'm just like, oh my god, bro. Showing Shin from being a child to like 10 years later, basically, and he's an adult now. And not even 10 years, it was like, what, 6 or 7 years?
Yeah.
These guys some of them are still kids, bro. This is ridiculous.
What got me is the very, very end, though.
Yeah, the very, very end, where it's like,
fuck? Did they get attacked?
They had to, right?
Yeah, they had to, bro. And that just upsets me. I didn't need these 5 to go. Like, I was talking about, and spoilers since this is a spoiler having a show, and what was that? Black Anime Podcast hosted by HBCU. We were discussing not My Hero, Attack on Titan, and everybody was talking about what they thought of the ending and how it was prolific. Me and Sensei was on like the same page. We wanted everybody to die. Like, I didn't care if everybody died, because that would have been cool. I think that would have been cool. But this show, no fucking way. Because you killed enough. You took enough away from us in this show, man. You built these beautifully written characters who had such unique personalities again, and you killed them. You killed them in the most gruesome ways.
But not even that. Like, these characters, we feel sympathy for them because we feel like the entire time we watch it, these characters have been like shit on.
Yes.
You know, and it doesn't matter. They just continue to get shit on.
Racism.
We didn't even see Major at all.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Oh, we didn't see Major. Oh, she's gonna be broken, bro. She's got to be broken.
It's. I don't even know how they reintroduce her for the final episode. Like, what happens?
I know. It's gonna have to be what goes on while they were there, and then probably gonna do the credits in the middle of the show, which has been brilliant, by the way.
I love it.
Like, the transition so smooth.
It is beautiful because, like, I'm like, boom, there's the credits, and then it goes to the final part of the episode, and it's like, I know it's 6 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly.
That means I don't have to worry. Like, when it's over, it's over. I ain't gotta worry about coming back with 15 seconds left of like a credit review or anything like that. It's just over.
They just do it so perfect, though. Like, so perfect.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think they got attacked. I don't know where. I don't know who. I mean, I know who was the Legion, right? But I don't know who survived, I guess.
I think everybody dies, bro.
Yeah.
I think our last 5 die.
Including Shin?
Yes. I think all of them die. Shin is too happy.
I think all but Shin dies. And do you remember the very first episode when we saw Shin screaming at something when he was attacking it? Like, we didn't know what the show was or who he was or what it was, but we saw Shin attacking something with so much aggression. It was like a flash of it.
You think that was the first episode?
Yes. I think what's happening now is a part of that first episode.
So, look, I'm going to throw some BS out there real quick. What if Major went out there to try and help them, got killed, taken over by one of the Legion, and Shin is like, I can't believe this happened. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't, but that's a fucking good theory. It's a scary theory. I don't like that theory because the Major is my waifu. I was thinking this entire episode, like, what if the Legion is partnered with the military of, like,
Alba?
Yeah.
But why?
What if it's like something they created and they just really set this up as like a way of restricting the communities?
On some Hitler shit.
Basically, because it's supposedly around the entire world. Yeah. And so we really don't know what's going on. Damn, you could be right, and that's scary. I don't like that, but I do like it. I don't like it, but I like it. You know, the story is too good. If that doesn't happen, I'll be okay with it because it's so hard for them to go wrong with this. And I mean, come on, they gonna give us something that's amazing. I think that flash of Shin inside of his whatever, that flash of him screaming and fighting something like would look to be all his might, I think is a major piece of what's going to happen in that last episode. No pun intended. And I'm concerned. I don't want these 5 to die. But they gave fucking death signs all over this episode. Like, everybody was pleasant. Everyone was too pleasant. But like, it could be that maybe just Shin dies because of how at peace they kept showing him. He was so at peace that it just seems like it's bound to happen for him specifically, like that. 'Cause that's the only next step. Yeah. They were saying, because like he was saying, like our other character was saying that Shin is so at peace that it seems like he just doesn't have anything left. Yep. Or he's worried because he doesn't have anything to do left. Yeah. Yeah, I hate to say it, but you know how like you ever been to like hospice and you see like somebody who's just been like, I'm ready to go. Well, no, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but yeah, I have, sadly. Yeah, but you know how I feel about hospitals. I can't do that shit. You know, hospice is at home, bro. Oh, well, you know what I mean. Like, just the death period. I know, bro. It's horrible. But yeah, like, that's the kind of feeling like I feel like Shin's given off, but in a more like I'm mobile and moving kind of scenario, you know? Keep it tight, man. Keep it tight. I'm just tired of this depression. That's the name of the show.
So tired of this. It's so good. It's so good though. All right, let's talk about Tokyo Revengers, bro.
Let's do it.
Shit was fire.
Now you said this is your episode of the week, right?
Yeah, shit was fire, bro. Talk to me. What did you have?
Tokyo Revengers for me. Like I said, I didn't think Draken was dead yet.
Yeah, we both said that.
That was good. Mm-hmm. Takamichi, I like that he finally stood up.
Yes,
I was pissed when he got stabbed through the hand and he took the knife out and threw it. I'm like, what, bro? What are you doing? Like,
you kept it G real. Like, you want to throw them hands?
I get it, throw them hands, but it's like 10 of them dudes, and each of them got a knife. You gotta have something, even if you don't want to really, like, you can fake like you about to and then punch on something like that, bro. Like, right? Nah, here's a jab. Nah, bro, come on, man.
Oh shit!
Like,
it was tough.
I understand fight or flight too much to think that was a real case scenario, but how the episode played out, right? Like Mikey is like, wait, Takamichi, what's wrong? What are you worried about? And then Mikey sees Draken on the ground and he starts trying to run over, but nope, boom, he gets stolen. I'm like, first of all, Mikey is like, nah, we're not having this. Beat up some more dudes, and dude just come and grab Mikey like a child, and I'm just like,
take
who are you, sir?
Yeah, I was taken back by that too. I'm like, damn.
But it was like, this is like the first like clean, fair fight Takamichi's had. And I was like, I mean, I like that energy, but dude is so much older that like Takamichi really got to be a beast out here. Not Takamichi, Mikey's really got to be a beast out here for dude to be that much older, having to really put in work.
Grown
like
ass
that.
man, yeah. These dudes was fighting like 18-year-olds and shit, 17-year-olds, and
Mikey is what, 15 or 16?
Mm-hmm. It's wild, man. It's wild. It was so good. Like, just it was crazy how they did like I guess saver moments, right? Like the moments where Hina hit up Takamichi's friends and they pulled up. The fact that they pulled up as quick as they did, got their ass whooped, but it worked. It helped. It was special. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that a lot.
And I do feel like that would have been all of y'all.
Yep.
If I was in the middle of a fight, except we wouldn't have got beat up.
Yep. That's right.
Because we ain't never been beat up.
That's
but that energy, that's the energy.
Yeah.
That's what you needed.
And they wouldn't play. Them boys was not playing. They don't care about losing. They were just gonna stay there as long as they could until that ambulance got there. Like what's upsetting is the way it fucking ends, man. They're so good at these cliffhangers. So good. Kills me. Man.
And you know what in my mind I was like, oh my god, because I was salty in one part of the episode because I thought that he got hit and whatever hit him, he went back to his time. Mm-hmm. And I thought he woke up and saw Naruto, and I was like, bro, no.
That would have been awful.
Did he just go to sleep in the middle of that? I was like, no. But then it went back, and he like kind of just got that flash, and he was like, what did I even go back for if I'm going to act like this? And I was like, okay, thank you.
Yes,
I
yes.
was about to be mad.
I was right there with you.
I was about to be like, you just let Draken die.
Right. No,
oh my God.
Right there with you. Such a good episode. I'm so excited about what's next, but I'm sad that like we only get like 4 more episodes or 3 more episodes or something like that. That's what's sad. Yeah, another thing that's sad is that next week is the last episode of Vivy.
But hear me out. I'm not sad about the last episode of Vivy.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I already see what you're saying.
Because this is one of those things where it's not like ReZero where there can be more continuity.
Right.
But it's one of those things where they put a nice bow on this, tie it up real quick, put a nice bow on it, and it's like, thank you.
Yep. Like an astronaut lost in space starting in. kind of deal.
Yes, you gave us something great. Yeah. And you didn't overdo it. Yep. You didn't underdo it. You just performed and well.
Yes.
Thank you.
We gotta hope for something good. Oh, excuse me. We gotta hope for something good like this next season, bro. Like next summer or this summer. Because this shit was so good. Like the end, bro, had me like, yo, it's over. This is it. Like they lost. And again, something I would have been okay with, but it would have been so impactful, so impactful. Yeah, that's the perfect term. So impactful to know that, yeah, this is the story that the author wanted to tell, and that's it. AI's won. And Andrew Yang was right.
And the coolest part about kind of like how this final episode played out was that like it's all Vivy's kind of fault, and not even it's like all Vivy's fault. And she tried for it to not be her fault. And she knew she was going to have to do this, right? They never let on that she knew this was going to be something she had to do. She knew. Mm-hmm. She's known since she wrote the song that she was going to have to sing this song in order to stop it. But she could never do it. And like you were saying, what if her song is something that's causing this? And it's like, it is like they're trying to give her that opportunity to sing the song to stop all of this, and Vivy could not do it.
I think I was almost like spot on, like like the fact that, because I did say something about the fact that she wrote this song herself for the first time ever, the first time an AI took the ability to write something of their own will was enough to alter the timeline. But she was even the what they call it? Archive. The archives even said like, yo, we've been watching you do this, like restructure history, and we've been knocking it back into place so it can lead to this point anyway. But your song was the reason we chose to do this. Chance. Yep.
It's beautiful, bro. And
shout out to Osama though.
Bro.
What a dude. From seeing him from a kid to now.
And even with what happened with Osama, right? With him sending Vivy's like data back in the past, right?
Yeah.
It's not like that was random, because they told us how it happened initially from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So we know that only AI can really travel back in the past.
Yeah.
To even do this. So yeah, I'm like, we know that only AI can travel back in the past to do this. So like, it was kind of dope to even think that this was the progression, and they told us this like 2 or 3 episodes ago,
right,
to set it up as like more continuity, to let you know like this isn't just something they're just pulling out of thin air.
Yes,
we knew this from episode 1 when we first saw Matsumoto, that AI could travel back in the past, and they told us how it happened, and now it's actually happening. So it's not like just an ass grab, like something you might see in like Black Clover or something like that. Right. This is something that actually has like context within the story, and is the entire reason of the story moving forward.
Like, some people still gonna die. It's still kind of an iRobot situation, but she can't save the rest of the world. Like, so powerful. Such a strong fucking show, dude. Such strong writing. The writing itself is what literally captivated me from moment 1, episode 1, minute 1, second 1, bro.
Do you think she gonna sing her song?
Yes. And I think she gonna kill that shit, and it's gonna be like this super monumental moment where everything just kind of like slows down and just stops, and she's just fucking singing her heart out, pun intended.
It's gonna be to like all over the world. She gotta connect to like some kind of server.
The archive, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And then the fact that I just love that too, that the archive, they haven't uploaded their data to the archive, so they haven't been backed up, so they can't be manipulated by it. And I'm just like, the writers of this thought everything out. This is why we love ReZero. They write things well. They thought it out. It's good.
It's all thought out. Man. All right, man. Let's wrap.
So we just finished talking about Vivy, Fluorite Eyes song. Y'all think she's gonna sing her song? Obviously, she's gonna sing her song, but how do y'all think this is gonna end? Let us know on Twitter. Also, Tokyo Revengers. This is Polo's episode of the week. It was definitely some heat.
Yes,
Takamichi getting some fight in him. His fight or flight is definitely showing. 86. Are we gonna be in tears next week? Probably. One of us at least. Also, don't forget, if you have a big three talk on Twitter, you don't have to include us.
No.
Also, don't forget Polo gave Black Clover a flower. Not all of this one. And then don't forget My Hero Academia is starting its My Villain Academia arc soon. It's right on it right now. We had our break with Get to Know Mike Check Waifu right before that. The most ridiculous anime scene. What was yours? We talked about summer anime of 2021 and some sleepers. We'll be indulging in our sleepers and we'll see what comes. But also, don't forget, Patreon subscribers, you get the behind the scenes of the recording of this episode. It's going to be a really good one because, bad Wi-Fi tail, poor Wi-Fi tail, insufficient Wi-Fi tail was here to let y'all know what was going on. But yeah, that's been episode 104 of Mike Check Waifu.
I've been at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mike Check. Is that you? Don'tTalkShop.com.
A brand that is anti-procrastination.
A brand that we believe in.
When it comes to following your dreams and goals,
we believe that it's best that you don't talk about it. Be about it.
Go to Don'tTalkShop.com and press start. Browse the shop.
And use that offer code Waifu15 to save 15% off your entire cart.
Wear the change you want to see.
That's it. That's the one. We did it.
Is that you?
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu.